Welcome back. Today we're talking tech. I like these ones. These ones get me going. I enjoy being a nerd about camera gear. Okay, I admit it. I don't know. I like looking into the new stuff that comes out. I think it's fascinating. I just enjoy looking at the new gear that comes out, seeing if I should get it. Honestly, I don't get 90% of the stuff that comes out, but I always watch the YouTube videos on it and I always read about it. I always learn about the new stuff. But today we're talking about something that I've had for maybe 2 years now, and is it still good? That's a question that I know a lot of people are asking about this product. Today we're talking about the Mavic 2 Pro. We got it right here. This, I think, was such a game changer whenever it came out. Easily was the biggest jump that DJI ever made with the camera from drone to drone. The camera from the Mavic Pro to the Mavic Pro 2, just such a big difference. The amount of detail that it pulls, the amount of just data that it has in those super bright highlights and also in those super dark shadows. It was a game changer whenever this drone came out. Now, it is an absolute beast of a drone. I love it, and I have beat the crap out of this thing for the past 2 years. Now, the one thing is that the Mavic 3 just came out, and that's probably why you're here. Is it still good? Now, I'm not going to be the perfect person to talk about that because I haven't actually had my hands on the Mavic 3. I've seen footage. The footage is absolutely amazing, and I'll tell you right now, the footage on the Mavic 3 is better than the Mavic 2, period. Okay? But does the Mavic 2 still hold up today? Now, the great thing about the Mavic 2 Pro, one of my favorite features, one of the features that probably nobody is really talking about, I didn't know until I got it. Well, it has a cropped in 4K mode. Now you can also do the wide 4K mode, which is so nice to have. Whenever you're on a drone and you have whatever it is, the 24 millimeter, I think it's a 28 millimeter lens actually. So whenever you have that, you're kind of crippled by only being able to have wide shots. I shoot a lot of real estate, and a lot of the times they want tight shots of balconies, they want tight shots of windows, the buildings, whatever, and I can crop in and use the cropped in mode in 4K 30, 4K 24 on this drone. Now, I didn't think that would come in handy as much as it has. I love the fact that I can get two different perspectives out of this drone, and it's something that totally gets overlooked whenever you're looking into drones, because I don't think the Mavic Air that I had before I actually know that the Mavic Air doesn't have it. And I think that a lot of drones, I don't know if they have it. I guess I just think that people aren't talking about it enough. The cropped in mode is so nice, and you can still maintain the same resolutions, which that's all we're really looking for here. And now, does the battery life hold up? 2 years later, I've been running off the same 3 batteries for the past 2 years. Yes, absolutely. These batteries are still lasting me over 20 minutes. They are amazing. And it is amazing how long these drones can fly for. Now, there are drones that will last you about 40 minutes now. To be honest, I never really go through a whole battery in one flight with this drone. You might at first, but one thing that you will notice is that as you fly more, you fly with more intention. Whenever you're flying with intention, you know what shots you want to get. When you know what shots you want to get, well, you get those shots and you get out of there. Then you got to get to your next shoot. You got to just get out of there. So you're not flying off of a whole pack. You're not flying as much as you possibly can and trying to get as many shots as you possibly can. So I think the battery life definitely still holds up. Now, let's talk about the sensors on this thing. The sensors were a big part of what they were talking about on this drone whenever it launched. Now, I think it was the first of its kind to have sensors more than just on the front and back, because it now has them on the top and the bottom on this drone. But at the same time, it doesn't have them on the sides. And whenever I am close to crashing or something, it's because I'm gliding sideways and I'm fading over. I think the sensors are fine. I usually fly with them off, to be honest, and just trust my abilities. I don't think the sensors are really something that's going to save you from a crash, because usually we're not crashing into the side of a building. We're crashing into a branch that's sticking out, and the sensors really aren't just going to pick that up. So it might save you a little bit, but I don't think it's something that you should be super, super comfortable using all the time. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the picture quality. The picture quality, is it still good? Does it still hold up to this day? Yes, absolutely. As you might have seen in a previous video, I recently was down in the Virgin Islands shooting an island. Now, we couldn't get over to that island, so as you could imagine, a lot of it was drone footage. Pretty much all of the video was drone footage, all of the photos and videos. They are sharp. The video is super crisp. The photo is super crisp. Now, is it as sharp as a DSLR, as a R5, as things like that? No, it's not. It's really not that close either. It's not as many megapixels, and it's just not quite there yet. It's still a little camera built into a flying drone. You know, you still have to put it in perspective what it is, and the picture quality is there, but does it hold up now? If you know how to correctly color, or if you're not looking to pull a ton of color out of your picture, absolutely it is worth it. Now, I have a hard time coloring this log footage. I would say that the DJI log footage is the hardest log footage I've ever had to color. I've colored the Sonys, Canons, Panasonic, a bunch of different cameras, Reds, things like that. And the hardest one that I can find to really balance and make those colors true is the DJI. I have no idea why. Probably something they do with their color profiles that makes it difficult, but I always feel like everything's a little bit pink. That's what I felt like in Sony too, but it's much worse on the DJI. The sky, the beautiful blue sky, always turns into a little bit of pink, no matter if it's photo, video, if you're using a LUT, not using a LUT, it's just tough. So if you're trying to just get that back to true color, for example, when I shoot real estate, I don't even shoot in log because we're just trying to get those bright greens, contrast, make it look very true to the eye. So I don't even shoot in log. This camera is really good, but I would be worried if I were you trying to color it a ton. You can't pull that much color out of this drone. Now, overall, would I still buy this drone in 2022? This drone is really nice. It's a beast. It's gotten me through a lot of my shoots for the past couple of years. And I would say, yes, I would buy this drone. This is the drone that I would buy that comes in right below the Mavic 3. If I didn't have a drone and I was buying one right now, I would buy the Mavic 3. I would spend the little bit of extra money to buy the new one. But say you don't have that much money to get that one yet. Say you're just starting out, but you're also looking for a professional drone for you to fly and get used to. The Mavic 2 Pro, this baby right here, it's the best. You know, up until just recently, I would have said this was the best drone on the market that is compact. It is the great balance between being compact and also having great picture quality. There are drones that are smaller and easier to travel with. There's also drones that have better picture quality. But this right here is the best middle ground that you can find, and I will stand by that for sure. I would recommend buying it. I think it's probably a little bit cheaper right now, and it's just a great drone to have. The quality is great. Everything about it is pretty damn good, and I haven't had many problems with it at all. Now, that's my very low-key, easy review. Just a little bit of commentary on what I think of this drone still to this day. That's my opinion. So take it or leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to check out my more in-depth reviews, those come out on Saturdays. I recently reviewed the EOS R5C compared to the R5. That includes B-roll. That includes, me talking about it. And on top of that, I release these commentary videos Tuesdays and Thursdays, which are just me talking. But anyways, in the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video. I will see you on Saturday. I got another moving photos, a day in Colorado Springs. A day in Colorado Springs. And I don't know. I'm just enjoying putting those videos out. I'm enjoying putting videos out every single day. So throw me a subscription if you're new here. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. That was so chaotic. All right. Goodbye.